Hi, I am Jane McCampbell Stewart. I'm a licensed therapist, a certified coach, and spiritual consultant, and I specialize in the healing of trauma and PTSD. And today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite interventions, which is a tapping technique that is magical for erasing unwanted images in the brain. So if you have an image that you wish you could unsee, maybe it's something you saw in the media, maybe you saw it in the movies, maybe it was something you witnessed firsthand, or maybe it's something that came in from a nightmare. But whatever it is, you wish you could just get it out of your head. Well, let's do that over the next few minutes. So we're going to start by bringing up the image, whatever it is, and put a score on it between 0 and 10 of how upsetting it is. And as you do that, you're also going to notice whether there are any body sensations that it brings up for you. Maybe you feel something in your gut. Maybe you feel something in the solar plexus. Maybe you feel something in the chest, or maybe something even in your hands. And just note down where you feel it in the body. And pay attention to whether any emotions come up when you think about the image. So maybe it evokes some anxiety or some disgust or some anger or some grief. Or maybe it's powerlessness, which is at the root of most trauma. So just note down what those feelings are. And then when you're ready, noticing that image, just holding it in your mind for a moment, you're going to tap on the heel of your left hand. Okay. And keep holding that image. I promise I will let you let it go in just a moment. Come up to your eyebrow, almost onto the bridge of the nose. And you can let the image go now if you choose to. And then come under the eye to the cheekbone. And just know you can do both sides or either side for all of these points, unless I specifically say that it needs to be on the left. Okay. And then you're going to come under the arm. Then you could do one arm or the other arm, or you could give yourself a hug and do both arms. Okay. And then we're going to find the collarbone point, which is a little difficult to find, but if you can get good at it, it's a really great point. And so you start with the V in the collarbone and then just draw your fingers along underneath the collarbone until you get to a little hole there. And this meridian here is associated with the kidneys and all of our stress hormones, which is why this is a really good point to remember. Okay, and again, you can do it just one side, you can do it the other side, you can do both. Okay, and then we're going to come to your little finger. This is on the left hand. Okay, and then we're going to come back up to your collarbone. And then you're going to come up outside of the eye, just below the temple. So you want to be right on the corner of your eye socket there, just below the temple. This is your rage point. Rage is powerless anger. Okay. And then we're going to come back to that collarbone point. And then we're going to come to the index finger. This is also on the left hand. This is your guilt point. And come back to the collarbone. And then you're going to come to the chin, which is your shame point. Take a deep breath in. And puff it out. Good job. Okay. Now make a fist with your left hand. Okay. And just behind the knuckles of the ring and little fingers, you're going to tap. And while you tap, I want you to close your eyes and open them again and look down to the right and down to the left and do a circle around the room. Go back the other way. Count out loud to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hum a few bars of a tune. And if you can make that tune up, so much the better. Okay. And now we'll count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Okay, take a deep breath, keep tapping, and bring up that image again. And just notice it. Notice where you feel it. Notice what's happened to the emotions. Notice if the image has changed at all. And when you've noticed all that, come back to your eyebrow. This is your grief, sadness, and loss point. Okay, come under the eye to the cheekbone, one of your anxiety points. Under the arm, another anxiety point, and to the collarbone point. That's that point that corresponds to the kidneys and works with your stress hormones. Okay, to the little finger, your anger point, back to the collarbone, up outside of the eye. This is your rage point, your powerless anger. Powerlessness is a big component of trauma. Back to the collarbone, to the index finger, your guilt point again, back to the collarbone, and to the chin. Breathe in and puff it out. Good job, and just give yourself a little wiggle. Okay, check back in, have a look at the image, and see if it's changed. Notice what score you'd put on it now. And notice what's happened to the body sensations or to the emotions. If it's come down below a 2, then look down to the ground and do a really slow eye roll all the way up to the ceiling to lock in that shift. If it's still above a 2, just replay the video and run through it again. Once again, I'm Jane McCampbell-Stewart. I've got way more videos on my website at therapyjane.com. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope we managed to dispatch of an image for you. All the best to you.